Hello and welcome to this special show. He's called the master of modern noir, the demon dog of American crime fiction, and one of the most daring writers alive. With a career that spans more than 30 years, he's probably best known for two things. He wrote LA Confidential, which became an Oscar-winning film, and in 1958, when he was only 10, his mother was murdered in Los Angeles. He's here in France as his memoir, The Hilliker Curse, My Pursuit of Women, has just been translated into French. I'm delighted to welcome James Ellroy to the show, and you're going to start by reading us a passage from the book.
I'm going to read the first page of the book. Dig this, folks. So women will love me. I invoked the curse a half-century ago. It defines my life from my 10th birthday on. The near immediate results have kept me in near continuous dialogue and redress. I write stories to console her as a phantom. She is ubiquitous and never familiar. Other women loom flesh and blood. They have their stories. Their touch has saved me in varying increments and allowed me to survive my insane appetite and ambition. They have withstood my recklessness and predation. I have resisted their rebukes. My storytelling gifts are imperviously strong and rooted in the moment that I wished her dead and mandated her murder. Women give me the world and hold the world tenuously safe for me.
The book is called The Hilliker Curse, My Pursuit of Women. Tell us a bit about that title. What is this curse that you're referring to?
On the occasion of my 10th birthday in March of 1958, my mother, a 43-year-old, tall, red-haired, alcoholic registered nurse, divorced from my dad for 2 years, named Jean Hilliker, sat me down and said, "Son, you're 10, you can live with your dad or with me. What's your choice?" I said, "My dad." I was on her left. She hit me like this. I fell off the couch. I gouged my head on a glass coffee table. She hit me again. I had recently read a British published book about spells, witchcraft, and curses. I recalled a curse. I issued it silently. I wished my mother dead. She was coincidentally murdered 3 months later. That is the genesis of this book, which describes my search for atonement in women.
Now you say, it is the pillar of this book, but it's not just the pillar of this book, it's the pillar of all your books really, and your whole life, isn't it?
It is and it isn't, because I have brought guile, discernment, great qualities of persistence to the art of writing, and they are much more important than formative trauma.
Now, in this book you are talking about women.
Yes.
But some critics say, actually, you're talking about yourself. What would you say?
I'd say they're right. Yes. I am refracting my life through my life with women. I refract my mother's life through my life with women. There is not one sleazy sex scene in this book.
No.
It's a rather chaste memoir. It's about a poor sap's search for love. I could not have predicted the happy ending of this book, The Woman Named Erica Schickel, when I began the writing of it. But I had to write it, and I felt justified in writing it, because nothing is worse than a solipsistic memoir that's entirely self-absorption. You have to have a universal theme. And the conjunction of men and women is much bigger than me.
Now, one thing I noticed about the book is you're very direct. You write in very short sentences. And it seemed to me that you were trying to sort of order all those things that happened, all that sort of disorder in your life. Is that what the novel is to you, your way of finding some sort of order in the chaos?
Yes. I live a frequently chaotic inner life, and I countermand it by lying in the dark for hours on end, thinking And I write enormous outlines for my books, even a smaller book, a memoir like the Hilliker Curse, or the giant novels that I write. I am a very, very good organizer of thoughts.
Now, you do have a very dark public persona. There's no real debate about that. The critics say things like, Ellroy is both a romantic loon and a macho feminist. What would you say to that?
I like that. I like it because it sells books. There's an element of truth in it, and it explains paradox in me.
And the Hilliker Curse as well, I would say, as well as all the other things it is a little bit like a love letter to Erica, your new girlfriend.
It's a love letter to Erica Schickel, yes.
A man who sort of just found the one. Is that what's happened?
I met Erica Schickel in April of '07. I had recently taken some horrible beatings in relationships with women, but she was married and had 2 children. We had a vibe. She would appear in my thoughts intermittently, then more and more persistently. The same thing was happening with her. We met. Her marriage exploded. We've been together a year and a half. She's out walking around Paris right now as we speak.
One thing I did want to ask you about, in the book you write, Erica stepped out of the shower yesterday morning. She looks startlingly like Jean Hilliker, your mother.
Yes.
What does Erica think about things like that when you write things like that?
She thinks it's very subtle, because it is very subtle. Because this is a story of Oedipal drama, and one reference that, of all the women in my life, Erica is the one, a tall redhead, who looks the most like my mother, is, I think, not too terribly explicit.
Now, a lifetime's pursuit of women, is that pursuit over for you?
Yeah, I found Erica Schickel.
Now, do you think you'll stop telling your life story?
Yes.
You feel like, I know you don't believe in closure. I know that you think that's a load of rubbish, but you feel like you found something in this book that has made you found peace in it.
Yes, I have the fictional design for the rest of my career mapped out, and I intend to adhere to it.
Now, this is a bit of a risky question. It's the last one. You seem to be, or you think you are anyway, in this book, quite a good reader of women.
Right.
Quite prophetic, especially tall redheads, of which I am one.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you how, in a sentence, you would read me.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm out of the game of reading women since I read Erica Schickel with some acuity, and Erica Schickel read me with greater acuity.
Okay, James Ellroy, thank you for being kind in that answer.
It's a pleasure.
Just a reminder for you guys at home, that book is called The Hilliker Curse, My Pursuit of Women. It's out in France now. Thank you so much for watching. That's the end of The Culture Show. I'll see you next time.